From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the San Francisco 49ers. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Ready.
56, Mike, 56. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Alert 3, alert 3.
Pilot, 64, weak. Shoot.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
First down. Cochran. It's complete. It's Miller. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Check back, check back.
2nd and 5. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And Miller will pull this one in. He's got it for the Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, His second touchdown on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 20!
Let's go,
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go,
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, here we go. Deuce, 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 deuce.
Flag!
55.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida.
Here we go again.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
Two.
Check mark 42.
2.
On first down, here's Breida. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Let's go. Get started. Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll get pick this up only to about the 33. Only a yard in the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on third. From the gun, Cochran. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Taking it about the 16. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
11.
Check right. Watch it, Silver.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. These two teams all tied after one.
The score tied 7-7.
Here we go. 180!
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
I got this.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 19 yards that time for number 19. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Check 31.
Lock!
I'm coming. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. They can't hang with us. Kill.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Rush in.
One, Omaha.
Open man is born. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here we go. 180!
Me and you all day. I'm coming.
This is Breida. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
go.
And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on third.
Could play an exotic coverage.
Check 99. Check 99.
11.
Come on, Clock 55.
Hey, orbit.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Chicago. Andy Isabella, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bears have retaken the lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I had a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Watch the pass. Big edge, big edge, big edge. Shift, watch the shift.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get all the attention he deserves it. He got home and got the quarterback on the ground. But that's a concentrated team effort because you have a lot of guys who occupy blockers to allow him access to rush the passer.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
11. 11. Go.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
2. Hey, Charlie. Go ahead. Stay hot.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over.
At their own 43-yard line.
Ready.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
To throw on second down. Cochran able to find Shaheen here.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On third down, Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Gets this to Isabella on the jet sweep. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On second down now, it's Jones. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Set up, 60 or.
So we got man.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is Miller, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go. 90, Wolf.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
Ready.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They get it to him running left. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Saquon Barkley, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Bears push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch the safety creep.
Hey, switch gears.
21. Bravo.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Now this time, Garoppolo will throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And taken right on the 30. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop.
Keep it up. Keep it up.
The final shot before break. Cochran looking deep for Jennings. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 32-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you. Shoot, shoot, shoot.
One, Omaha.
Garoppolo on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. They'll set up a screen for Breida. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Let's go. 60 Pittsburgh.
Check 45, come on. He's tired of me.
Shoot.
On third down, a run from Breida. A pretty good effort there, 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
First and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. And QB's trash. Let's go.
2nd and 4. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he's got it all the way down to the 12-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
A big play there on the catch and run, and even 40 yards.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay.
And he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Jones. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Barkley. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
On the ready.
Mike, 56, right there, 56. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Mike 56, Mike 56.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. That kind of looked like a defense fed up by being gashed in the running game all night.
Yeah, and imagine their coach saying, if you're fed up on that play, where were you the rest of the time? What took you so long? But flip it over to the offensive side. They've been dominating this thing, and to finally have a play go against them, that's not something that's going to make them feel very good this evening.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
To throw is Garoppolo. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Khalil Mack. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Going for the deep ball. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida, 93 yards. as his guys are back within a single score. So from back deep in their home territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Cochran. And that is incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Jim. Check 26, check 26.
From the gun, Cochran, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chandler Jones in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Here comes the Bears punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive. That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Shit. Check 24. Check.
Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd. Waiting for this game has been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Here we go. Black 80!
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Check.
1, Omaha.
Check.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
21.
On 2nd and 15 now. Garoppolo. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter.
Here we go.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Garoppolo looks to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Tried to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now for the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Jones. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Here we go.
55. Hey, eat. You got nothing in there. You got nothing. 55's Mike, guys. 55. No game.
Hey, gun.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. I'm coming.
Hey, check Mike. 12, fellas. Here we go. 55.
Hey, let's get ahead.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10, and he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They get the crucial turnover, just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift. That takeaway, even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care of us.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Tight down. There you go.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And down he'll go at the 25. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here, it's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Barkley. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's the 2nd and 7. And he rifles one incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Back to throw. Cochran. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
At their own 18-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it?
Watch the run. They're running it.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Sponge. No.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They'll get this into the hands of Breida. And they will rally and stop him short of the 1st down. They get him to the ground at the 26. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, 4 down.
65. Hey, exit.
55. Hey, eat. All that.
Open man is Samuel. Complete. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
12. Ahead.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Pick me up. Here we go.
Ahead.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Ready, set.
45, Mike, 45. Watch twist. Check three. Check, crunch. Check. Fresno.
Takes 3. 218, chop.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Here we go. 180.
We own it.
6.
45. Mike, 45. We don't want this. The Mike.
He's back to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Down.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock, so tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Check 45 to Mike.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And that's how this one ends in dramatic fashion in overtime with the interception. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play.